Welcome aboard Tuesday's Market SITREP here at TGO Top Gun Options. My name is Matthew Buckley. My call sign is Whiz, and we kicked off our full week of live trading and training last night at 8 p.m. Eastern with a welcome aboard brief. Covered my background, the history going on 8 years here at Top Gun Options, and also our SOT, Strategic, Operational, and Tactical Methodology, along with our 6 sectors that we're going to be targeting in 2018. If you didn't get a chance to attend, no biggie. You can watch the replay. It's already posted from last night. Head to go.topgunoptions.com/FT replay. Pretty easy to remember, even for a political science major and knuckle-dragging Navy fighter pilot like myself. So go.topgunoptions.com/FT replay. And if you haven't registered to attend our full week of live trading and training, don't worry about it. You can join us today at 1 o'clock for our primary live trade brief. We're going to be talking about getting long JP and also getting short Twitter. All you have to do is head to go.topgunoptions.com/join FT. That means join full throttle, and the week's flight schedule is down here. Just scroll down and you can see what we're doing today at 1 o'clock, tomorrow at 1 o'clock, tomorrow night at 8. We'll do some training. Thursday, we're going to analyze some of your trades, and then a weekly options brief on Friday, and also a debrief of our weekly options trade for the week. So, and just for registering, we'll give you a free copy of our OPCL. That's our options pocket checklist. That's worth $45, and also our 7-step proprietary trade plan. Once again, go.topgunoptions.com/join FT. So stocks are kind of muted in the open here. A little bit up, Dow's down a little bit, and Nasdaq's up. S&P's kind of flattish after the government shutdown, which was what kind of a government shutdown was a letdown. Let me get a hell yeah if you would have loved to have made about $2,500 in 1 week on one trade. That's what we did here at TGO last week. I put on a bearish double vertical on VXX. That means it's a bear call spread, which is a credit spread, and I used some of that credit to buy a debit spread called a bear put spread. So it was kind of an afterburner trade, thinking that volatility was going to implode. So there you go. We were risking $5,200. If you let this trade go to Friday and wanted to expire for max profit, you could potentially make $2,800 in a week. As predicted, that government shutdown was a non-event. I predicted this last week, and what did I do? I stepped right in here and I said, hey, let's get right here. I said, let's get short volatility and look at what vol's doing. So volatility imploded, and more importantly, that's the VIX, obviously. Let's look at VXX. So we put this trade on right there, and that's what VXX did. So bearish double vertical, $2,500 in 1 week. That's a very, very nice gain for a lot of our members there. Obviously, stocks haven't pulled back in a long time, and I really don't think they're going to be since. What's the metric here? A buddy of mine had a great tweet last night. Look at this. The S&P 500 is up 6% in January. It's one of the best Januaries we've ever seen. Since 1950, listen to this stat. Since 1950, when it's up greater than 5% or more, the full year finished in the green 12 out of 12 times with an average gain of about 25%. And you ready for this? The final 11 months closed higher, 11 out of 12, with the crash of 1987 being the exception. So my spirit animal, Jeffrey Gunlock, who also, along with me, got a career call that Trump was going to win and the market was going to rally, is wrong. I'm telling you, this time next year, folks, I'm going to be talking about how 2018 was a great rally and almost it beat, in my opinion, 2017. Remember, folks, the quote, smart money got it wrong. Goldman Sachs, Morgan Stanley, Citi. As a matter of fact, the S&P 500 is above, listen to me, the S&P 500 is above Goldman Sachs' year-end target. So the S&P 500 has beat Goldman Sachs' year-end target in a month. So if you want to go throw a lot of your hard-earned money at Goldman Sachs to listen to them and the really crappy advice, knock yourself out. So, and same thing with David Einhorn over at Greenlight Capital. Greenlight Capital pulled in a paltry 1.6%. There's a decimal in there, guys. That's not 16%. That's not 160%. It's 1.6, and the S&P was up about 22%. Isn't that nuts? Our portfolios averaged 110% return on risk last year, so we absolutely crushed it, guys. So we're having a blast here. And like I said, at 1 o'clock, we're going to be talking about getting long JP Morgan. JP Morgan's going to do some really good work with its tax windfall, and we're going to get bearish on Twitter. Twitter and the social medias are going to implode, in my opinion. not implode, they're not going to go out of business, but Facebook yesterday admitted that social media is a threat to democracy, and they're going to let users rank the credibility of the news. So now it's actually promoting fake news. So all people have to do is get a movement, get on Facebook. Hey, let's get this story, almost like Twitter, trending. And you can't make this stuff up, folks. And remember, Twitter is in a lot of trouble right now because of what? The shadow banning. And we're probably gonna take a look at a bear call spread here on Twitter. Twitter's down, what, about 5%? Look at this. There's a double top right there, and this is a falling knife, man. It is. It's down another 3% as we're talking here. This ain't good. Oh, well, I guess my bear call spread might be a little late, man. This thing is a falling knife. Don't try and catch it. Twitter's awful, and I'd be bearish as hell. And I'm hearing rumors that the president might actually ditch Twitter and over to a competing platform. That would be the end of Twitter. So here we go. I'm cautiously bullish. Cautiously meaning we're going to take a look at a potential hedge this week. February sucks. Valentine's Day sucks for me anyway. Valentine's Day. Football's over with. It's a brutal month up in the north, not down here in Florida, and it's usually a volatile month in the markets anyway, so we might buy some really cheap protection on the S&P 500. So we're going to talk about this this week as well. A lot to talk about this week, folks. Infrastructure spending, Bitcoin, you name it. We're going to be covering it this week in Full Throttle. Grab your slot. It's all free. I open up the doors to our squadron here at TGO so you can see what we do, okay? Head to go.topgunoptions.com/joinft and grab your slot, and I'll see you guys at 1 o'clock today. Happy hunting. Make sure you're a hedge, and God bless.